الذين ينقضون عهد الله من بعد ميثاقه ويقطعون ما أمر الله به أن يوصل ويفسدون في الأرض أولئك هم الخاسرون.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. All praise and adoration belongs to Almighty Allah, the Lord of the whole universe, the creator of all creations. May his peace and benediction be upon the noble Prophet Muhammad, his household, his companions, and all those that follow the path of truth till the day of judgment. I bear witness that there is no deity except Almighty Allah, and that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the seal of all prophets. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. I give thanks to Almighty Allah, sparing our life up to this moment to witness this glorious of Ramadan, the month of mercy, forgiveness, and emancipation from hellfire. I pray Almighty Allah count us among those that will reap the good fruits of this month and attain his pleasure. Inshallah, biqudratillah, we are going to be discussing the topic Ramadan, the month of calling to righteousness and societal reformation. Fasting in the month of Ramadan is an ordainment from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to mankind. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Quran 2 verse 183 that, O you who believe, fasting has been prescribed for you as it was prescribed for those before you, that you may become righteous. It was evident from that verse that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordained fasting for mankind in order to attain righteousness. The month of Ramadan is a month people hasten towards righteousness. For the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has said, good deeds during this month is being paid back by manifold reward. This make people to engage in so many activities, because in this month of Ramadan we are all out to reap Allah's fruit. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam also said that the gates of paradise are left opened, while the gates leading to hellfire are closed. Shaitan and its companions are being tied down, therefore making it easy for mankind to strive in lots of goodness. It is Allah's mercy on us to have given us the opportunity of tying Shaitan down, because Shaitan is one of the creation of Allah that has promised, that has really asked from Allah to give him the chance of leading mankind astray. But because the month of Ramadan is a glorious month, Allah tied Shaitan and his companions down, therefore making it easy, encouraging mankind to engage in lots of goodness. I pray to Almighty Allah to really help us, to aid us in achieving those goodness, and may He accept it as a form of ibadah from all of us. Inshallah, biqudratillah, we are going to be discussing the topic Ramadan, the month of calling to righteousness and societal reformation. Ramadan is a month in which we call to righteousness. By so doing, it reforms the society. It is a month that the mind of people are really softened, are attached to Almighty Allah, ready to hear His call, ready to go by His ordainments, ready to obey Him. It is a month that even the society will feel that we are in the month of Ramadan, because most people that engages in vices, tries to bring the consciousness of Ramadan into themselves, and thereby trying to reduce their vices. Now, righteousness in Ramadan. The month of Ramadan highly caution towards evils, because we know engaging in evil deeds during the month of Ramadan makes our fasting to be nullified. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, fasting is a shade from evils. So abstain from loose talk. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam warns against engaging in loose talks such as backbiting, slandering, curse, abuse, lying, and the rest, because all these are evil deeds. Engaging in them will not allow you to have an up we engaging in these activities will not allow soul reformation. The evil deeds are hard that debar you from attaining Allah's pleasure. Also in an hadith, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has been reported to have said, backbiting and slandering are evils that eat up one's good, just like fire eats up woods. By so doing, it means we have to be very careful of what we engage in, of our actions, of our dealings, so that we don't engage in evils. By the time you engage in those evils, for example, like the backbiting, for example, like the backbiting and the slandering, it means you are creating rancor in the society. So we should try as much as possible to try to abstain so much from evil deeds. In another hadith, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, there is a woman who engages in a lot of righteous deeds, but in her hands the life of other human beings are not saved. Due to this, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, he is an inmate of hellfire. What is the reason why the prophet said she is an inmate of hellfire? Because of the evil deeds that she does to others. So the month of Ramadan highly cautions against engaging in evil deeds. The month of Ramadan is a month that highly discourage fighting. Also, fighting in the month of Ramadan affects your fasting. It affects the acceptance. It affects your closeness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, during the month of Ramadan, if somebody picks up a quarrel with you, say, I am fasting, in sawing, so as not to engage in fighting. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam advised us to say, I am fasting. He knew very well that fighting during fasting is something that makes our fasting to be nullified. This month of Ramadan is a month that we deal with each other with patience and perseverance. We try to tolerate ourselves. We try to calm down. We try to hold on to our anger such that we attain the pleasure of Allah. It is a month that we live with ourselves in peace. It is a month of reconciliation. A month that we try as much as possible to make our heart free of grudges, of rancor, as much as possible, so that you can attain the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Part of the virtues in this month of Ramadan is alms giving, sadaqat and zakat, and paying zakat. Engaging in alms giving in this very Ramadan is highly essential. And engaging in alms giving in this month and having passed through a process of hunger, it makes it easy for one to have the feelings that the poor do undergo. So this makes it easy for us to be able to share out of our wealth, out of our belongings to the poor. And we will decide to engage in this. We are going to put the lightness in the face of the poor. There will be nobody that will be after another person's life. because we are all comfortable. But in a situation that some people are eating while some are hungry, then it will brings about some evil thoughts, a way of it will makes them to think of harming those that have, and they are not sharing out of what they have. Also in this very month, people engage in paying their zakat in the month of Ramadan, for they want to have their reward in manifold. Paying of zakat in month of Ramadan is highly encouraged, because when it is being done, it fosters love between the poor and the rich, between the humanity at large. Paying of zakat is a way of fostering and love and brotherhood. It makes humanity to relate with themselves very well. It improves interaction between mankind, because you will be happy with whoever has given you out of his own wealth for you to be comfortable. Thereby, in the month of Ramadan, we should try as much as possible to engage in lots of sadaqah and and to pay our zakat for those that are capable. Engaging in sadaqah during the month of Ramadan, even if it is one date, it is highly encouraged, for you are going to have your reward in manifold.
ولتكن منكم أمة يدعون إلى الخير ويأمرون بالمعروف وينهون عن المنكر وأولئك هم المفلحون.
The month of Ramadan is a month that people improve their standard of worship, for they know this is a month this is a month that when you engage in supererogatory prayer, you have a reward as if you have engaged in an obligatory prayer. It is a reward that you reap it is a month that you reap the reward of Allah in manifold. Due to this, people try as much as possible to engage in so many activities. In this very month, people engage in so many supererogatory prayer, due to the fact that they are going to have a reward of obligatory prayer. And people even go to the extent of observing their normal salat, their daily salats in the mosque, so as to so as to have their reward in Jama. And going to the mosque to observe our salat in Jama is a way of creating interaction. It is a way of sharing love with each other, because in the mosque, the old, the small, the poor and the rich, we have to align together in order to worship their Lord. It is an opportunity for them to share the words of Allah together. It is an opportunity for them to relate their affairs together, so that they will know themselves in a better way, thereby creating a good environment for Muslims. Even going to the mosque to observe our salat, it goes to the extent that we have group of people having their iftar together, eating in the same bowl, which really creates love, foster love among humanity. Also in this month of Ramadan, the month of Ramadan is a month that we relate with the Quran. The month of Ramadan is a month that we relate with the Quran. It is a month that we try as much as possible to relate with the Quran the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to relate with it, by obeying the injunctions of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and abstaining from the forbiddings. It is a month that we reflect on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is a month that we reflect on the sayings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran, thereby improving our character, improving our behaviors to the humanity, making you to be a better person. relating with the Quran goes to the extent of making sure that you obeys all what Allah has commanded. And there are a lot of virtues that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala taught us in the Quran. Example is upholding family ties. A lot of people, most especially when they are married, find it difficult to relate with their families, with their kinship. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, kinship is the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, kinship is rahmah. It is the mercy of Allah. So the Quran taught us to relate with our families, doing good with them, that we should be happy with them whenever they are happy. We should try as much as possible to show feelings to them whenever they are in challenges, trying to help them out. So relating with the Quran during the month of Ramadan would bring a lot of virtues for you. We makes you to know the commandments of Allah, the injunctions of Allah, and you'll be able to follow it rightly. Also, in the month of Ramadan is a month of supplication. It is a month that when you ask from Allah, your prayer is being answered promptly. Due to the fact that Shaitan is being tied up, due to the fact that it is a month of forgiveness, due to the fact that it is a month of mercy, all what you need doing is to ask from Allah and make sure that you observe the conditions of supplication. It is a month that you pray for yourself, for your family, for the nation, and for your country. Praying for others, make your own prayer to be answered. Also, the month of Ramadan is a month that teaches us discipline. Because if you are not disciplined in the month of Ramadan, you find out that if you are not disciplined in the month of Ramadan, you find out that your fasting can be null and void. Because anybody that is engaging in fasting has to be disciplined. Watch whatever you do, watch whatever you say, so that you will not be going into the forbiddings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is a month that you discipline yourself for the fact that you are going to keep yourself not eating for quite a period of time. It is the month that you have to abstain from looking at things that are haram. It is a month that you have to avoid engaging in foul language. It is a month that you don't waste your time. For you want to maximize your reward in the month of Ramadan, you have to know how to manage your time. You should not waste your time. For time wasting makes you not to engage in so much activities. So the month of Ramadan is a month that you manage your time, that you have to plan your endeavors. You have to be organized. You will be able to reap the reward of Allah in manifold. Therefore, engaging in all these righteous deeds makes you to be a reformed individuals. And a reformed individual makes up a reformed society. Trying to reform yourself, if the individual decide to reform themselves, definitely the society will be reformed. You will be able to attain you will be able to attain the pleasure of Allah and all these righteous deeds if you have the intent that you are fasting for Allah's sake. And fasting for Allah's sake means obedience to His commandments. So, having said all this, you should see this Ramadan as the last Ramadan you are going to witness on earth. Though I pray to Almighty Allah that we should witness more of it, but we never can say the last of Ramadan that we are going to witness. If you put it in your mind that this is the last Ramadan you will witness on this earth, you will try as much as possible to put in your best as regards your worship towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You will try as much as possible to to engage in so many activities, rewarding activities that can make you to see the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But most especially, you should make sure that you fast with your ikhlas, with your sincerity. Be conscious of Allah. If you are conscious of Allah, He's going to caution you in your deeds, in your dealings, in your saying. If you are conscious of Allah, it will help you in holding fast onto your in holding fast onto your fasting. It will help you to disengage in things that can make your fasting to be nullified, that can reduce your reward in this month of Ramadan. So we should try as much as possible to make use of this opportunity Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us to strive so well that we attain the pleasure of Allah in this glorious month. وَقُولِ قَوْلِي هَذَا وَاسْتَغْفِرُ اللَّهَ عَلَيْهِ وَلَكُمْ.
That is for Deen al-Islam, religion with Allah since time began. That is for dhikr, remembering Allah, and Ra is for the month of Ramadan. Oh, Ramadan. That is for zakah, to cure our greed, when we give our money to those in need. Sa is for salamun alaykum, peace be with you wa alaykum salam.